So this is one of the biggest keys to my health that I've ever done ever in my entire life for myself, and it is rolling out with a softball. Not this way, absolutely not this way. All I'm doing is just showing the targeted areas that I'm focusing on when I do this. So once you're able to get the ball, I'm going to start with it on my glute. I'm using something to hang off of so I can expose more tissue, so I can stretch out where I want to roll out, and then so I can get deeper into the tissue. If I'm just laying flat, it's just kind of like it doesn't. I don't. Eventually, it will go away. The feeling and the effectiveness goes away. My tolerance increases. So I'm just gonna start off with my glute, and I'm gonna roll from my glute to the outer part of my glute to my hip flexor, and I'm gonna spend some time on that area, and then I'm gonna move up to in between the last rib and my hip bone, and I mean you can call it the iliac psoas, you can call it the oblique, you can call it whatever you want, but that part is everything to this, making this what it really is. So I'm gonna go through it. I'm gonna focus on. Well, first off, now I'm going through the mid back. Mid back is always super easy to take care of. Then I'm gonna make an adjustment, go to the hip or go to the glute, and I'm gonna bring that. So if I'm on the right side, I'm gonna bring the right leg back, and I'm gonna bring the left leg forward. And all I'm gonna do is just pull myself up, and I'm in this awesome exposed areas where it's like the ball can get as deep into the tissue as I can. Mind you, this is all me doing this on my own. Is this practical for a lot of people? Absolutely not. It isn't. But these are the lengths that I have had to go to in order to take care of myself and to make sure that I have no back pain, no anything. I'm 100% for practice every single day. So once I got done with my upper back, my mid back, and then my glute, now I just shifted it over to my into the area from my hip bone to the last rib, and I'm just pulling myself up and I'm digging into this area. So in order to get deeper into this area as well, I also try to almost take my right leg, of course, and then press into the ball. I try to almost flex my left glute, which is the side that I'm on right now, in order to extend the hip. In extending the hip, it still applies more pressure. So tremendous help from this movement right here. It may seem rudimentary, and it will be absolutely painful, but once you go through probably like 3 weeks or so, you will want to do it. It feels great. It feels amazing, and it doesn't take very long. That's the thing that is awesome. Is that I will go through maybe twice a day, maybe like 4 or 5 minutes on my entire body, and then I'll be fine. I'll be good the rest of the day until I go and just prep for the next time. So every single time I go into it during the evenings, then I'll be prepped for the next morning's practice, and I don't have to worry about warming up and spending the majority of my practice warming up, and I don't want to do that. So this is what this is for, is to have specific times for mobility training only. Not just mobility training, but okay, don't break yourself training. I just call it, okay, how can I prep? This is a prep time right now. I'm still getting a ton out of this, and I'm learning a lot about my body, and I'm learning how to relax and be active when I need to. And so I can prep for my actual primary days when I go into deadlift, squat, jump, whatever it is, and then especially throw. I'm not going to have myself be broken for the next day of throwing, because that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get better at throwing. Or, mind you, it could be anything. It could be any sport. It doesn't matter. But if you go into the next day unprepared and completely just shot from the day before practice, you're doing yourself a disservice. That's not. You should not be trying to get used to good technique under absolute duress. That you should be prepping yourself at 100% every single day. This is how you can not worry about breaking. Everybody's so worried about breaking. I don't have to worry about breaking, because I can come back from those things like nothing. I'll put myself in detrimental positions all the time, but because I'm